Ladies and gentlemen, today I give you the top 10 combat modules for dungeon crawls using Foundry Virtual Tabletop in version 10. I will explain the main benefits of each combat module and demonstrate how they work on screen. One of the modules that I have had the most fun with recently is the About Face module. This incredible asset changes a token's direction based on movement. It also provides optional facing indicators for tokens. I love how this simple and straightforward tool creates cool animations for our tokens when they travel around the dungeon. You can also homebrew custom tactics that allow your players to stab monsters in the back when they are facing away from you. Another awesome module that I have encountered is the bonus die module. The bonus die module allows the game master to give players bonus die that can be expended at will or traded by the players. Essentially, you can give this dice to track inspiration and enable players to accumulate more than 1 point of inspiration. As a bonus, your players can give each other their inspiration, which boosts teamwork and grows friendships. Another old favorite of mine is the torch module. The torch module gives a HUD button to toggle light with specific properties based on equipment and spells in your character inventory. In other words, your players can click a button and instantly light a torch from their inventory. Your players can click a button and instantly emit light from dancing lights. This is really useful for empowering your players. This eliminates the frustrating and time-consuming process of altering your players' character's lighting every time they use a torch. The next best solution is creating an actor that looks like a torch and moving it around on the battlefield. But the problem with that is you will constantly need to move it around and it gets covered up by your player tokens. This module requires no customization or maintenance. It comes ready-made for your campaign. Another old favorite of mine is the health estimate module. If you value having a gritty realism in your games, when players are careful of their character's mortality, then the health estimate module has a powerful merit compared to the traditional Foundry health bar. The health estimate module provides easy descriptions for you to give to your players on the health state of the monsters. Are they injured? Are they near death? The health estimate module gives everyone a good ballpark answer without giving away the mystery. The next module is an advanced tool called the Active Auras module. This allows the Game Master to create auras around tokens to automatically give buffs or debuffs to certain tokens. In essence, you can use this module to automate abilities like Zone of Protection from the Paladin class that gives all friendly creatures within 10 feet a bonus to saving throws. This saves you the trouble of remembering Zone of Effect abilities and lets you add more complicated monsters to the dungeon. The Always Centered module gives you the ability to automatically center your field of vision on your tokens when you adventure through the dungeon. Normally, players and dungeon masters need to adjust the position and zoom of your field of vision and then drag your characters to a new location in the dungeon. This is cumbersome and tiring for long dungeon crawls. The Always Centered module gives you the ability to center your field of vision on your token while you use the WASD keys to move your character around. This simplifies the process and makes moving around much easier. It prevents players from losing track of where their characters are located. It helps keep players focused on their surroundings. It's an all-around improvement. The Hourglass module creates an animated graphical timer and round trackers for FoundryVTT that can be shown by the GM to all players. This adds a ticking clock to combat and events, which adds tension and pressure to player choices. As a game master and player, one of the most satisfying elements of playing a game is the tension of succeeding before it's too late. All the great games of our time include a time limit, and our D&D games ought to as well. One of the best combat and world-building tools for FoundryVTT is the Monk's Active Tiles module. This incredible asset lets you trigger effects when the characters or monsters step on a tile on the battle map. There are a ton of options, including sending a chat message, altering a wall to reveal a hidden passage, play a sound when a trap is activated, and so much more. This is a Swiss Army knife that is equal parts flexible and useful. It does take a bit of time to learn, but it is worth it. The Token Factions module is a tremendously useful tool for assigning a character to different color-coded factions and dispositions. The module creates a customizable border around your tokens which can inform your players on what allegiances or motivations or factions or alignments the token belongs to. For example, if your characters were fighting undead and goblins in a dungeon, it would be incredibly useful to add color to differentiate tokens, to differentiate which actors belong to which faction. Finally, the Foundry Arm's Reach module restricts players from opening doors when they are more than 5 feet away. This is also a good preventative measure for players that enjoy messing with or pranking other players by putting others in horrible situations. For example, opening the door to a boss room without warning can ruin the final fight. You lose the element of surprise, the party has not finalized the plan of action. At the very least, this ruins some of the surprise because the GM is forced to reset the event and players need to forget everything they saw on the other side of the door. This module requires zero setup and can be very helpful. Thank you very much for tuning in, everyone. I'll see you in the next video. If you have any comments, please drop them in the video comment section below.